Hello traders, welcome to the live stream. Am I audible to you? Just let me know. Audio, video, is it clear from my end? Okay, fine. Good evening everyone. Comment section, let me know. What is your view about the market? Bullish, bearish, sideways? Whatever is your opinion, let me know. Now, as per my observation here at this point of time, buyers have entered the market, right, on 4th. Slowly market was at some point of time in a sideways range itself. Let's say it was sideways during the first half of the day. Second half, trending possibility is there. It can be bullish if the buyer here, he might if he re-enters, then there's a potential of upside continuation. Okay, but maybe we have to wait for certain zones here, and in that zone, if buyers are re-entering, for example, consider this zone here. If it had come here immediately, I would have thought about buying, but still it's not given. Now it's again going to that range, means we have to wait for some more time, look for opportunity. So right here we have this 1 minute time frame, so please note that also. Continuously correction, market is holding recent swing low, sellers are here, weak players have been removed, so maybe this previous zone we will mark and keep, and we'll look at global market. Nasdaq minus 0.21, S&P 500, both are kind of okay situation. This zone, how market behaves, we have to see. Now for this particular zone, if sellers are entering around 24 points, and if this is just a correction means it will come up to here, breakout failure, or maximum it will come here. If it comes here, we have to start being careful. If I'm taking a bearish trade, I'm saying till correction, this kind of sellers can enter, but just because market is just open, not even 10 minutes is done, I'm kind of holding on to the view. If it had come here and all, I would have been very confident on the bullish side. Good evening. Some are saying sideways, some are bullish. Okay. Thank you for everyone who's sending out the messages. Now I'm considering this as the buyer zone. I'm considering this as the seller zone. Market is holding on to the seller zone. There is a chance if this one corrects, basically BTC also, without breaking this zone, without breaking this previous zone, it will correct. So selling, only chances we can take, that's it. Here 50% chance is there for market to move down from this particular zone. If it breaks off this, then there's a possibility of targeting here, and next it can move up to 2253. ETH will just look at liquidity heat map. It's kind of low at this point of time, and then we will see. BTC people are considering 77,100 zone, this previous. This high, what is there? This previous swing high is where a lot of liquidity, if market wants to grab, it can move. Okay, that is there. Since ETH right now is near seller zone, we can't directly think about buying at this point of time. Hi sir, how are you? I'm doing good. I just looked at liquidation heat map. That's what I explained, Ajira. Liquidity spike. Here we are seeing what kind of volumes it is creating at this time. Volumes were there. Any random bearish traders got trapped. This is seller zone. Basically here what we have to do is, without thinking too much, we have to go for selling as per the strategy. Moment came, but volumes are there. Now this becomes very, here only 22 points, previously 37 points. If I keep 37 points here, I will, here if it reverses only 17 points I will get. Here if it goes, then 45 points. So to get 1:2 is very difficult. If easy entry would have been here as soon as the seller zone is there. That's fine, not necessary. Quickly we have to enter and all. We'll wait. I checked out the crypto strategy video, sir. Thank you so much for the detailed explanation. I have a question about second strategy though. You send a message via WhatsApp, okay, on the number that you're seeing on the screen. We will try our best to answer that for you. The seller zone traders, breakout failure. Here breakdown failure. Here if market had come, then I would have thought buyers will re-enter. From here only I would have looked for bullish setup. Now since too much calculation I was doing, I did not enter at the seller zone directly. Market has corrected. Now if I enter, stop loss here, if I more than giving here, I have to give here. But if I give stop loss here, proper risk reward I will not get if market reverses from this zone or from this zone. Okay, for that reason I'm just waiting without taking any trade. Anything gives multiple confirmation or anything is that sort to look for entry. Maybe the video is a bit dark for you guys because the light stopped working, the background light, whatever I was using. So no time to, look for that and all. Maybe next week I'll buy some new light so that video also will be kind of clear. Okay. Back. Seller zone is fine. Buyer zone, seller zone, buyer zone, or retest. Little it can come down also for the sake of liquidity. Later it can move up. Fine. Right now nothing is interesting. Even though seller zone I should have entered, it's fine. I've left it off. And now here any reversal setup can come. Here any reversal setup can come. Risk reward will not set properly. So better to keep quiet, observe the market. Then if we get a nice entry, we will take. If you remember yesterday live, so much I was waiting for that downside move. You guys remember, right? I think later after trapping buyers here, one reversal is something that we expected. That reversal setup only we got here, correct? After that, I said this is here one selling zone is there, here one buying zone, here one buying zone is there. But as long as this zone breaks, market cannot be strongly bullish. From that zone only, what big correction we got. I told you, like, uh, because of the things what is going around, I was not in that too much mood to, hold on to the trade also, take a fresh trade also. I did not look at the market, but at least if I had avoided taking fresh bullish trade, as long as the seller zone breaks, you would have been in a better position in yesterday's market condition. Setup and profit is more important than the light, sir. True. Someone asked me, so I replied. 8:30 news, that is there, right? 7:30 only some news should have come already. Service PMI data that has to come. That's around 8:30. So PMI data that I think because of that government shutdown, a lot of reports had not come out. Simultaneously, more reports are supposed to come out. Crude oil stock change, that one also is important. 1 second. Sorry for that. It was an important call. Yes, data. There are some data which is coming out. PMI data that based on that sentiment will get affected. Some people will be waiting for that data also. So again, it's become a sideways range itself. BTC lower end breakdown, trapping, upper end breakdown from seller zone trapping. So indecision is there. No direction at this point of time. But since that news kind of thing will influence the market, after we take the trade, let's say we take the trade before 8:30, and then based on the news, market becomes more volatile. It can be a advantage also, disadvantage also for us. See, I personally, based on news and all how to trade, I don't know. I trade only based on price action, stop loss hunting. If price action, stop loss hunting is saying, okay, bearish, I have to go. Along with that, if the news supports me, then I'll be in a better position, or stop loss might get hit if I'm in opposite direction of the news. So one thing we can decide is wait for the news around 8:30 if it comes out, and then we can decide. Until then, if market is just trading within this range itself, of course there is no opportunity for us. Hello sir, I also wanted to trade Bitcoin, but I don't have any trading setup or enough time to learn one. If you don't have any strategy, at least I can say join our group. Strategy is there for free, you can learn. But if you're saying no time also, the same time that you're spending to watch the live stream and things like that, that time is more than enough. I'm not audible because I had put you guys on mute. I got a phone call, that's why. So do you live trade here on YouTube on a regular basis? Yes, crypto market. I do live trading on regular basis every day, 8 p.m. India time. Balu sir, hello, welcome to the live stream. Can see you have become a regular follower of the channel. Thank you so much, Balu sir. Hajira, Srinivas sir, and where is Fakhruddin sir? Grey Matter. All of these people are regular followers. I know that. Yeah. Vignesh sir also regularly. I've been noticing him. As of now, we'll keep a neutral mindset between the buying selling zone, no opportunity. Those of you watching the live stream, in case you have any hype button on YouTube, you can click on that to support. And also, after liking the live stream, if you mention your name in the comment section, we will announce your name. Yeah, thank you, sir. You're welcome, welcome. I have to say thank you for you guys regularly supporting the channel. Okay, I'm also daily watching. Akrasingan, is it correct? Anbu sir, okay. Hello, Anbu sir. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. This set. Here, one area is there in BTC. It might kind of reverse at this zone if market doesn't hold on to this range. In ETH also, if market doesn't hold on to this range, let's say it came here, it went for a correction, then more than respecting this zone, market might come smoothly here. These two chances are available, so we will wait. Any possibilities in other this one? See, when we see mostly liquidity, nice liquidity we have, and already crypto market is volatile. In that highly liquid, what do we have? BTC we have, Ethereum we have. All of these things will be a bit useful. And one more thing is when you concentrate on less charts, I'm looking at BTC and ETH both simultaneously. See, BTC has gone below this zone, but parallelly I will watch ETH also. If ETH is not gone below this zone, then here this can become a trap. Okay, so to avoid the trap right now, I'm not participating. Here it's not yet given any closing or anything as such. Those of you watching the live stream, please see that I'm trading in 1 minute time frame. Maybe if you're looking at your charts or things like that on 5 minutes time frame, you might get confused why so many candles are there, things like. See, as of now it's slightly holding here, and here you see it's come breaking the zone. If ATH moves, this also can move. That possibility is there. So chance is there. If this, see, there are two buying zone, like I said already. I can either enter here or I can think about entering here. 100% from here only it can move. I cannot say 100, but based on probability, let's say here it has 50% chance of moving up, here it has 70% chance of moving up. So probability more is there here means safe traders have to wait here. But from here only, if it gives a big move, then next opportunity I will not get, right? That is the issue here. So what we can do right now, around let's say, no problem, Can go take around 500 quantities here. I have taken entry. Stop loss I can keep small. Target up to this zone first. If the seller is strong, slowly we can keep. If buyer is strong here, if he's going to hold this zone, as of now this is 1:1, but see, I told you from this zone, if it reverses, BTC here, this level still does not confirm it's going to reverse or not, right? But 50% chance is there, so we have participated at this zone. Again, if market breaks this zone, then this setup will fail. Next we have to look for setup at this area only. Time is 8:25, news time also. So what we will do, we'll kind of, okay, let the SLB as it is, no problem. News is there in another 4 minutes, no? Please, someone, if you want, you can exit right away also and re-enter later. I forgot about the news. Setup based on price action I entered. If I get the move along with, based on the news, along with that, if my direction, if this is proper buying zone, I'll get the moment, or else the small stop loss I will take. News. What is the minimum amount of money required for such an account? See, you can start with 20,000-30,000 also as a capital. Now traders here, news time is coming. I forgot about the news. Anyways, this is the buyer zone. This previous zone I've kept as a sell. If buyer zone is holding, fine. If it gives a closing below the buying zone, only problem. It's kind of about to give closing below the buyer zone. This is breakdown, attraction, that and all is there. Next space for this, it has to move towards the downside. This also has space to move down until this zone. I don't want to give such a big SL. Once this zone is broken, this probability reduced. 50% chances there. Another 2 more minutes. This will take the SL. I have to be prepared somewhere to look for here. Okay, this one took the SL. I have to be prepared somewhere at the zone. Now what I will do is wait for that news. Just have a look, keep a track, let me know anything, what kind of data we are getting, then we will decide. This is one area. Next, of course, below this breakdown, one reversal setup. Almost coming near buying zone, so I'll kind of wait now for setup number 2. Yes, now even if market comes to this zone, what I'm thinking of is wait for the data, right? Once the data comes, we will see. 2-3 minutes. Mm, buying zone, buying zone. Okay. What market expected? Little better than that only it's come. Forecast was 53.5 and actual PMI data is saying around 53.8, around 0.3% more. So that is kind of positive. Apart from that, is there any news? Crude oil inventory, that is there. That's fine. Gasoline, that and all is not relevant for me here. In 5 minutes, it looks like a seller zone as per our strategy here. No, this is kind of maybe buyer zone. Here it's gone below this buyer zone, means next I said no chance of reaching this zone is there. So that is what it's come. PTC, let me see. The bigger screen here, one more candle breakdown here. In the zone, what it does, we will see. Of course, people will definitely be bearish looking at this move, respecting resistance, everything. But liquidity, if you want, market has to respect this zone. If this is the place where maybe stop loss will be reasonable, target will be big, like that. This one candle we will wait, traders. Okay. On one more screen, I'm looking at the market on a 5 minutes time frame chart. Still 2 minutes is left. So will market sustain below 2161 or it's going to trade above that? That is what I'll be looking at right now. Volume is there. Next, volume is kind of reducing. One chance is there. I want to go for this, because if I don't go, if I don't get, then again things will be messed up for me, right? So that's the buyer zone, and if buyers are strong, quickly they'll what the heck. Buyer zone, if buyers are holding, breakdown if they're trapping, minimum at least here and all. Seller zone is there, I know that, but if buyers are strong, see exactly when we enter, when we know already, okay, this is the buyer zone, when we enter, already 27 points movement in this candle, right? So like that chance will be there. Positive situation also will come across, negative situation also. But when we know that zone, kind of avoiding. And if I had to go bearish also, since I know this is a buyer zone, only if buyers give up here also, then downside momentum possibility is there. That time maybe I will think about selling if I'm really interested in selling. I will not, disturb the market momentum or something like that by looking at only this move. Now buyer zone, I was waiting for this zone. I got an entry, I've taken an entry. Now it is market decision. Either from here it will directly go, means it's good for me, or Here if it's going, then below this zone selling pressure will be there. Next, that time only I can change my view to bearish. Okay, it looks like it's going to fall even below this zone. See, it looks like we can feel a lot of things even if it's happening also. What have I decided? I've decided a stop loss. Stop loss I will give. Where here little bit for us, it's a problem here, right? This 30 points extra movement only. Out of that, around 8-9 points only I was able to capture. I got entry here only, not here. So that issue is there, but apart from that I don't see any problem. If SL hits, I will take the SL. If market goes below this zone only, I'm bearish. Everything properly I've thought and I've taken. Rest and all I have to just leave it to the market to decide. Maybe entering at the secondary test zone. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Okay, so don't worry. This is buyer zone. Okay to take the setup. If you're bearish, don't take. You can wait. Once market, it's right now near the buyer zone, it's respecting, right? Once it starts moving up, safe traders, one exit point you will have here. After that only this target, let it move first, but first only it's better I tell you. By the time it's moving here, I'll keep reducing the SL and go as per my strategy expectation if market is moving up. More than this probability, I said here probability is 70%, right? So based on that probability only I've taken. Now here one place is there. This can be a pressure zone. If it breaks, then this zone will be the pressure zone. Next, first it has to break this. Hopefully it does. Give me the moment I want quickly. If market sustains above this zone, no traders, if it gives my target, then even if market pulls back, it has so much space to move up, right? For the sake of SL hunting, so much space it has. So that opportunity will open up, but this zone first market has to clear. That is important. I know this zone is small, but this will be first pressure zone. Seller might enter here, not enter. So safe trader can, kind of reduce the SL of the trade, get the SL to this zone, something like that. This area will be the second pressure zone. By then, when the market is about to come to the target, I will change off the target, make off the risk 0. Okay, that is my plan. Now, like I told already, here it is showing some pressure. Hopefully it breaks and sustain. Now what you can slowly you can keep reducing the SL and go. Again, I'm informing this is one pressure zone. Only if market breaks this zone, I can see a bit more pressure. Pressure will be strongly bullish if it goes only above this zone. I'm waiting for that. The pattern. Not yet broken the zone. US market, Nasdaq 0.6% down, S&P 500 0.4%. All those negativity, let it be, but first let market go below the buyer zone for us to think about bearish trade, or else that will just be a trap. How many people entered this trade along with me? Let me know. Just give me one closing above this zone. That's more than enough. Then I know 80% sure it will reach here. Okay, Anbu sir, I believe. Fakrudin sir, good. Just be careful here. That's all. Srinivas sir, okay. Waiting for good entry. Good entry was exactly at the buyer zone. How much we were marked from close to half an hour we were saying, okay, this is a buyer zone. How strong these buyers are, only after the market momentum we will know, right? So here I'm saying this is a seller zone. Selling is coming, but how strong these sellers are, only I will get to know based on the moment. So at buyer zone, when I get opportunity and I feel okay, market can hunt the stop loss, I go for it without thinking too much about rest of the other news or other things. Because news comes once a week, 2-3 times in a month. But recent time more news is coming, all those things that is there. But generally, out of crypto you can trade every day. Out of 365 days, let's say around 65 days there will be news. Rest of the days, what? Price action, stop loss hunting, those things only we have to follow. So more than going based on news, going based on price action, stop loss hunting makes more sense. Okay, that's what I feel. Thanks for remembering my name. You just told me 10 minutes back. Only thing is that news I forgot traders. News I was keeping on discussing, no news is there. So after that news comes out, then if we take the setup, things will be better, I was saying. But somewhere around what time? When I saw this moment, I forgot about the news and I just went. Then also I was thinking, instead of stop loss here only I will keep it off. Then I just left it because SL is okay. See, different kind of situation, how things will be, how we need to handle. Whoever has learned the strategy, all this is a real market example for you guys. There can be good days, bad days, but when setup is working, it will be a great day. Just don't understand the leverage pattern here. Leverage, so reach the target, then what would be the net profit here? Net profit is not based on the leverage, it is based on the lot size that you take. Okay, for example, in BTC, if you're taking 100 quantity, if market moves up by 100 points, you will make $10. Okay, if market you are taking 200 quantity, market moves up by 100 points, you will make $20. So like that you calculate, see how much. And if it goes opposite 100 points also, for every 100 points you say you have 10 points risk, 10 points profit, like that. That I'm saying for 100 quantity. Too much the seller zone indecision it is doing. For some exiting at the seller zone, re-entering after that also would have made sense. Anyways, stop loss here, it should be so much. 8 points more. That's fine. I'll not make any changes. I'll leave it as it is. If it breaks the seller zone, fine. If it doesn't break, I'll take the sell. Here also, down, kind of retest. People have got trapped here also. Closed by mistake, okay. If it is closed, then wait for the seller zone to break, sir. Right now it's struggling to break the seller zone. This seller is kind of putting pressure again here. If initial stage, if I had got the entry exactly near the buyer zone, we already know, okay, this is the seller zone. Here proper risk management 1:2 easily would have got, but I've already informed safe traders close here. I've informed before also, but I'm saying for me risk already I would have had a chance to make it 0. But since my entry was here, I cannot target this seller zone. I have to hope that buyers will put pressure and try to target this seller zone. So that is the logic, where at least here, by the time it tries to reach my main upper level, by then I will trail off the stop loss. Here, when it goes above the zone, my risk would become 0 in the trade. Until then, where to trail the SL, I have to just leave it. Again, market is between the seller zone, buyer zone. Usually stop loss is supposed to be here, but I'm not going to make any change. I'm just going to leave it as it is. If the buyers are strong, let them push it from the zone only. The zone, we have to be careful, and if market breaks this zone and gives closing more strongly, we can expect momentum. How long it will take? US market, US market. Again, cost to cost. See, nothing apart from the strategy I'm doing here, right? Who has taken the course for free of cost? You're a member of the group. Have I done anything apart from the strategy? Simply, whatever I explained there, same thing only we are doing. It's just that why we take the setup, because their probability is high, right? When I say probability, don't think it is 80%, 90%. I am saying 65 to 70%. 65 to 70% probability is more than sufficient. But why we go and take that? Because in this minimum risk reward will be 1 is to 2, or it can go up to 1 is to 8, 1 is to 9. If you are that kind of person, once you get the trend, you get the stop loss to cost and leave it. Because if you go as per the bigger trend, more momentum you will be able to capture. And one more advantage we have about the strategy is kind of we doing opposite. I don't know, told you here, right? The zone, at least first it has to break. About the strategy is that you are thinking, like many people don't know there is a chance that market can reverse from here. They're only looking at the breakdown and trading. That means liquidity is more. So it will 90% or 85 90% of the time, if you are entering at the safe buyer zone, then you will be getting 1 is to 1 risk reward for sure very quickly. Yesterday, if you see the setup which I have taken also, easy 1 is to 1 and all. But I usually don't trail the stop loss, or I don't book it just like that. Only after some point of time I keep trailing the stop loss, that's it. In between I usually don't exit, rather I keep trailing the stop loss and reducing the risk. That's all I do. Okay, this is fine. Here it should break. Now second time it's going to this zone. Some say you're safe trader means you book, that's up to you. I'm not going to do anything. Little bit above this it should have closed. That's fine. Yeah, basically here if it corrects, people will think trendline rejection and enter a bit more. If buyers are strong, again it has to pick up. Traders, you're understanding the concept, right? Whoever has taken the course live sessions, you're understanding why we are taking, what it is, all those things. Now we'll reduce the loss a bit. The sooner I get a closing here, opportunity will smoothly open up here and upper level. The more it struggles here, people will keep thinking this is a here retest failure, but still they'll consider this as a resistance. They will enter again little more liquidity here. That time it can correct also. But if it had given a closing here, people would have been a bit more confident about the breakout entry, trapping, correction. Like that situation we could have come across. Just give me a closing soon. That's more than enough. See, now I cannot keep this as target. I have to extend. But you guys just note, okay? Here will be the target. Rest of the people. Basically, that means long position, trend line rejection, this one, SL. Like this first target, second target there. Not at all giving a closing above the zone, traders. If it doesn't give closing, no, it means seller is still active. He's still interested. Still he will participate. That is why I'm saying that closing is important. If it's come here again, confusion. Sir, exited at seller zone. Is there possibility of re-entering? We will see if market gives a closing here, a proper green candle. But trend line is there. That one issue. Our strategy, this is how you kind of need to approach, right? We know, okay, once you learn the strategy, you get to know the buyer zone, and you will see, okay, here this buying zone is a probability is high, or this buying zone. So if you are safe trader, initially you will go for the higher probability. Already I said, no, here I know this 50-50 chance, this 70% chance. So at that zone, when you see buyers are trying to hold that zone, if you enter, most of the time you get off that 1:1.5, 1:2. Rest everything, if you are a person that I'm saying for scalper who already, so you enter here, you got that move, you take as a scalping, you exit, that is up to you. But who wants to capture bigger momentum, once until the buying zone doesn't break, you will not think about exiting the trade. Maybe at some point of time, if market is if it's trading between the buyer zone and seller zone for long, that time both the side movement possibility is there. That's why the sooner it breaks this buyer zone, seller zone, the possibility of upside momentum is high. After breaking this zone, even if market comes down, still it will move up based on probability I'm saying. But here you see the zone, still it's not broken. It did not give one closing at least like this. So still this becomes a 50-50% chance situation. So a scalper who enters at the buyer zone, you book. Other people, let's say you book 50% of the quantity, rest stop loss you keep at the actual seller zone, and then you can target up to the next seller zone. The main upper level seller zone is somewhere here. This is one seller zone. One more seller zone is here. Somewhere here. So imagine you are entering at the buyer zone as per the strategy. And if you get the move, it will be close to 100 points. If you don't get the move, then your loss, you saw already, it was what, $100. But in return, here only if you're getting 250, there minimum at least you will get 330, 340, something like that. Yeah, 380. So up to that zone you will get. So easy, 1:3. After that you keep trailing to the max and go. More moment if you get, by chance buyers are too strong, market is trying to break this upper seller zone, then more momentum you will get. That's how with even with probability of 60%, 70%, you can make consistent. Every time when the setup is available, if you don't miss it, right? Out of 10 trades, let's say 5 trades only, you're making 1:3. A lot of differences there in that. Sideways, it's become. Of course, this will give more confidence for fresh traders to take bearish trade. But this should not be like, if this has to be a stop loss hunting situation, the seller basically has to give up first. Once he gives up, everything will fall into place for us. Then smoothly it will go up to here. Once that is done, we will make off risk 0, nothing else to worry about. After that, if it corrects and give the target, also fine. Cost to cost, if we exit, also fine. It becomes a risk-free trade. The sooner we try our best to make the market gives a momentum, we make our trade risk-free, then nothing else to worry. You just have to wait for either market to give you a big moment or you take a small SL. Again, buyer seller zone trapping. There's no here, space is there till here. This has space to come till here. That is one issue. Here also sooner it has to break this. Sir, I do one mistake by trailing the SL in profit as soon as I get the move, but later I see that it would go to the target. So I'm trying to trade like you by sticking to SL. See, sticking to SL, here we will take loss also. In your case, at the initial stage, you can try, right? Whatever you're doing is also not wrong. I mean, you will take the setup, you know, there's a seller zone, you kind of trail here. If you get the moment, fine, or else quickly you will get exit. One more opportunity you will have to re-enter. Whatever suits you, exactly like me only, you don't have to do. That's why there are different kinds of traders, right? Some are scalpers, some are long term. This one, see, now it took my SL buyer zone from my end. How much ever risk I had to reduce, I reduced. But basically for this trade, of course, stop loss should be here. Since my entry was a bit higher at this zone somewhere I entered, that is where for me things messed up. It's okay, even though I know this is going to be a selling zone, pressure zone, but how much chances? Okay, 50-60%, 50% at least this can be a seller zone. Like this, chances are there. But risk and all, if I'm managing, I'll be like, okay, if this is a proper sell buyer zone, pullback can come, how much ever it is. Here I expected, but this trend line nicely it respected off. If it had just given a closing here, instead of this big green candle and reversal, things would have become a bit more better for me. Anyways, I am kind of taken 2 trades already. Now market is still near this buyer zone. If this buyer give up, then market has space to move up to this zone. Later it can recover, but somewhere I have a strong feeling that again market has more potential to move. Maybe 940, 950. During that time only momentum might come. Again here at this breakdown people will enter. One more setup I'll be taking. Okay, I will share that in the group. As of now, I told you up to this zone easily it can come off. More why it is coming, because ETH almost to the buyer's zone it's come, it's kind of breaking, right? That is putting more pressure here also. How I look at Bank Nifty chart on the left side, Nifty chart on the right side, that is how I'm looking at these two. Parallelly, I keep watching. If this reverses from, see the timing, 8:34, 8:34 time, we know ETH, this is the buyer zone, it reversed. BTC will be somewhere at random place, that also will reverse. So like this we can parallelly watch, but now it's gone below the seller zone, quantity is more. Now everyone is kind of bearish, momentum can come. All the buyer zone, it is cleared now. If we have to enter on a 5 minutes time frame, again risk for this trade will be 57 points. 57 points to capture 47 points. It's not making sense. Anyways, what I will do, I'll wait for some more time. Maybe momentum can come or it cannot come, but buyer zone is broken, that is for sure. If I had to take bearish somewhere here, I should have taken, or here I should have taken. Here, from here only selling zone is respected and moved. But one thing you guys would definitely notice that properly we are marking all the seller zone, buyer zones, and we are trying to do proper risk management. Based on that, when we get the momentum will be very strong. And in between and all, when we don't kind of exit, that depends on each person's style. I don't exit in between. So can you please tell me the app name and the platform? The platform which I'm using is Delta Exchange, sir. And this is the link. If you wish to join, you can join. Okay, now it's gone below the selling pressure zone. So my view, what was there bullish, it's slightly becoming bearish until market comes to this zone. As of now, if I take entry, I can say, okay, one small stop loss here, one small stop loss here, like this I can try. If I get the moment, fine. But in this pullback, simply a pullback, if market gives also, I might take a one more SL. Like that situation I will come across. So I don't want to do any participation in the market at this zone, only near the buyer zone or here after the breakdown. See, now if I had taken one trade here, placing small stop loss, let me try to capture the moment. For me it would have messed up. I would have taken the stop loss. So I don't want to do all those kind of things. Just now I've closed the trade. We will see after some time. Okay. So this buyer, is he given up? Is kind of okay, given up. But now people will be bearish, means trapping can happen. I don't want to participate in bearish trade as of now. Maybe I will see later. And more than this buyer zone now, this zone is important. Okay. If market sustains here, corrects, then sellers are still strong. If it gives a breakout, then next market has chance of clearing this space and this space. All these are seller zone. If buyers are strong, market will break those zones. So here I've already told why I'm not participating bearish trade even though market went below buyer zone, because I cannot, small stop loss I cannot give. During small momentum I might lose some gains, right? So it will just be with the hopeful trading that I don't want to do. All right, Nagarajan sir. Today I have taken two SL, but first SL, if I had waited for the second setup, for me things would have been more fine. This was more probability setup. All those things are fine. Whatever decision I took, I will take responsibility for my action. If market decides not to give me the target, that is fine. Did I do risk management properly today? Definitely I have done. That is all matters for me. Have I taken trade based on the setup only? I have done that also. So those kind of things only matter the most. Profit and all market will decide to give or not. Yesterday it gave us the profit after playing with us for some time. Today it's taken the stop loss, but in future I know there's a very high probability it can test the upper levels. We will see. Only if I get the setup, then I will discuss. All right, traders, thank you for participating in the live stream. I hope you learned something new today, more than profits. If you're learning a lot, let's say if you calculate all the live stream, if you see net to net, we will be in a profitable situation only, because stop loss is small, target is big. Over a period of time, things will fall into place. Okay, thank you for participating, sir. In the day time frame, I guess it's moving from buying zone place. Please check. If I'm trading in 1 minute, I cannot see daily time frame. If I take trade based on daily time frame, my stop loss also should be based on daily time frame. Okay, that is the thing. Anyways, thank you for participating in the live stream. We will connect tomorrow. Good night. Take care, traders. This is seller zone. Like I said, if seller gives up here, if you're bullish, let market give a closing above this. That time, if it starts to continue, small stop loss, momentum up to this zone will be opening up. Okay, that is what. All right, good night, take care. I'll see you tomorrow.